Good morning, everyone. Today we will do lesson 11, The Tiger. The Tiger is the poem in which the poet is going to describe the beauty of the tiger and going to explain us how dreadful he looks. Now we move to the poem. As you can see the face of tiger, he looks so ferocious and fierce. So, explaining the beauty of the tiger, the poet is going to continue with the poem. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame that fearful symmetry? In these lines or in this stanza, the poet is going to explain Tiger, tiger. Here you can see the spelling of tiger is Tyger. It is written in such the wordings because the poet is going to explain and to personify the tiger, the spelling has been changed. Tiger, tiger, burning bright. Now the poet is saying, tiger, tiger, you just seem as if the burning bright, burning fire in the forest of the night. And although your color is yellow, and in the dark forest, because of the night, there is the darkness in the forest, the tiger seems as if the fire is burning in the forest. What immortal hand or eye could frame this their fearful symmetry? Now the poet is amazed to see the tiger, the face of the tiger and the expressions. The poet is asking, what immortal hand or eye? By which hands? By whose hands or eyes? The tiger is framed. Framed means made, built, or created. Who can make such the fearful, such the dreadful symmetry? Symmetry means the combination. In next stanza, in what distant deeps or skies burned the fire of thine shine, of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? Now the poet is asking, in what distant deeps or skies, from where you have come, from deeps, from under the earth, or from above the earth, that is skies, burned the fire of thine eyes? And the fire and the ferociousness in your eyes, the ferociousness in the eyes of tiger, from where it has come? Whether it has come from the deeps, from the under earth, or it has come from the skies. On what wings dare he aspire? Now he is used for God here. Now the poet is asking, from where the God has been aspired, from where the God got the inspiration to build you. What the hand is, seize the fire. How sound, what the hand is, how sound, which kind of hands can dare to make such the dreadful animal, and to make such a dreadful animal, the fire, the brightness in the eyes, the brightness in the shade of the skin of tiger, from where, from which hand it has been taken? Now in next stanza, the poet is going to say, and what shoulder and what art could twist the sinew of the heart? And when their heart begin to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? Now in this stanza, the poet is continuing, what shoulder and what art? What kind of shoulders, what kind of hands, and then what kinds of shoulders, and by which art? Who is the artist who dare to frame you, who dare to frame such the ferocious picture of tiger? Who dare to build this? Could twist the sinew of their heart, and what would happen when the heart of the tiger began to beat? That means when the tiger is alive, and when their heart began to beat, and what would happen when this picture became live? What dread hand and what dread feet? How dreadful his hands would be. How dreadful his is used for tiger. How dreadful the hands of tiger would be, and what dread feet, and how much His feet would be looking dreadful, would be looking frightening when he was alive. What the hammer, what the chain? It in what furnace was their brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp, dare its deadly terror clasp? Now the poet is going to ask on by which hammer and by which chain the artist made you. By which hammer and by which chain the artist made you. In what furnace was the brain? And your brain, your such a powerful brain, in which furnace the brain of yours has been built. What the anvil, what dread grasp. And when the artist was going to make you, on which anvil, on which place your iron means the material by which the tiger is built, the material by which the tiger is made. On which anvil means which, on which place the hammer is put on that iron which made you. What dread grasp, how soundfully the artist would have tied you so that the iron could be turned into the shape of the tiger. There its deadly terror grasp. How soundfully you have been tied up to be formed in the shape of tiger. When the stars threw down their spear, now in this stanza, the situation is like this, that the tiger has been built now on the anvil by the hammer, by the chains, and it has been burnt in the furnace to be sound. Now the tiger has been built in the imagination of poet. Now, and what is the reaction of nature on the creation of such a dreadful animal? Now the poet is going to explain this in this stanza. When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Now, the poet is asking the artist or the god who has made such a dreadful picture of tiger, and what happened to the nature, what happened to the stars when they saw tiger, when the stars threw down their spears, the stars was fretful, they frightened. When they throw their spears, means their rays, their twinkling, their light on the earth, they were frightened and watered heaven with their tears. And then what happened when the stars threw their spear on the earth? The tiger was visible and it was shining in the dark forest. And by looking at this scene, the heaven started shedding off tears. The heaven was crying. Did he smile his work to see? Now the poet is asking whether the artist is happy, whether the god is happy to see such a dreadful creation. Did he who made the lamb make thee? Did he stands for God here. Is God happy to see the tiger is built and he is so ferocious, and whether the God is same who is making like an innocent animal lamb, and lamb is here symbolizing Jesus Christ. So the poet is asking whether the god has made a creature like devil, like tiger, and whether the same god is making a creature like lamb or Jesus Christ. It cannot happen. He is not able to understand whether the same God can make such a ferocious animal and such an innocent people on the earth. Now, in the last stanza, the poet is going to say, Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. What immortal hand or eye dare frame they fearful symmetry. Tiger, tiger, burning bright. He is again explaining the tiger's beauty as if it looks like the burning bright, as if there is fire in the forest of the night, and it is shining, the fire is shining in the darkness of forest. What immortal hand or eye? What immortal hand? God's hand and God's eye. dare frame the fearful symmetry. Now the poet is asking how courageous the god would be when he created such a dreadful creation like tiger. Now in the whole poem we got that the tiger was amazed. The poet was amazed to see the ferocious animal like tiger, and he was amazed how can God make such a dreadful animal, and how can he send such a dreadful animal on the earth. Now students, I hope you would have understood it. If you get any problem, try to watch this video again and again, and it becomes your duty to solve your back exercise of this poem.